Joining us now, Jim Messina, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations under President Obama, campaign manager for Obama's 2012 re-election, and CEO of the Messina Group. Kimberly Atkins Storr is columnist for the Boston Globe, writer of the Supreme Court newsletter, The Gavel, and an MS Now political analyst. It's so good to have both of you here. Kimberly, let's just do the bottom line. What would it mean if Trump's executive order is upheld?
It would mean changing what it means to be an American and putting that decision in the hands of the president, which is something, if we're talking about the constitutional analysis, that it's clear that our framers did not intend. But let's be clear here. The president didn't sign this executive order because he fancies himself some sort of constitutional scholar and he's seeking to put a proper interpretation on it. He's doing this, as you said, as part of a broader immigration policy that is very anti-immigrant. We have seen this order itself. I mean, think about it. It's not just about people who cross the border illegally to have a baby. It would affect people who are going to school here, who have work permits, who are here trying to establish a life, people who we should actually be trying to convince to stay, and making a very hostile environment for them that would deny them and their children the fundamental rights of what it meant to be American. So this is something that is much bigger than the Constitution. This is about who we see ourselves as citizens. And much like the person who was interviewed outside the court, you know, I too descend from someone who fought in the Civil War for his freedom. And this is what it was meant. It was meant to stitch our country back together, the 14th Amendment, and make it whole, not tear it apart the way the president's order does.
Well, last month, there was a Senate hearing on this issue, Kimberly. There was really compelling testimony from a birthright citizen who's a Marine. He spoke about his father, who came here from Mexico, who worked hard and loves this country. Here it is.
He always told us to be good people and to give back to this country. He raised 3 sons who all chose to serve as Marines. He is proud of that. We are proud of him. Last year, my father was arrested and detained by ICE. During that arrest, he was violently beaten. He was treated in a way that no human being deserves. That experience has left lasting physical and emotional harm. He cannot work the way he used to. He does not feel safe leaving his home. Our family still lives with that trauma. I share this not to assign blame, but to explain what these policies look like in real life. They affect families who have built their lives here.
You wrote a new op-ed asking who gets to be an American. And in that context, I wonder if you can touch on the families who have built lives here, the effect it will have on individuals all across this country in every single state.
Yeah, I was talking with the Attorney General of Massachusetts, Andrea Campbell, who is one of the attorneys general who are challenging this birthright order. And the point that we were talking about in that discussion is that everyone in this country, very few people, only descendants of the indigenous people of America, everyone came from somewhere else or descends from someone who came from somewhere else. It's a uniquely American experience. And that's why I thought it was interesting when Justice Sam Alito asked the Solicitor General about the humanity of this order. And the Solicitor General pointed out, well, birthright citizenship isn't something that is common around the world. But I think the truth is it is something that is uniquely American. That's the American experience. And changing that would just rip it apart at the seams.
Jim, last hour, I spoke to another of those attorneys general, California's Rob Bonta, who was in court, actually, for today's arguments. And I want to play what he told me about how he views the impact that would follow if indeed they uphold the executive order by President Trump.
We created a rule that if you're born in the United States, you're a citizen of the United States, period, full stop, with minimal limited exceptions. And that means that you are part of our future. You are part of making us stronger, making us better, participating in our democracy, being an engaged citizen, voting and serving on juries and running for office and speaking up and speaking out to make us better and more fair and more just as we go forward. So all that would be lost.
Jim, what do you think Donald Trump really wants here? Is this about immigration policy? Is it maybe more specifically about reshaping the electorate? Is it both? What do you see?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's about his base. Every single time Donald Trump has been asked to choose between the base and what he thinks is right for the country, he chooses the base. And you can kind of see that over the weekend. He railed at the justices on this issue on a Truth Social piece and called them dumb. He knows he's not going to win this. You can tell this from the hearing today. You can understand all the justices and all the former smart legal scholars have said this is not going to happen. But he continues down this road because he's continuing to say to the base, to Kimberly's point, this is about something bigger. This is about the American idea of who we are. And I think that's why he's doing this. But at the same time, Chris, the politics for him are just terrible for he and his party. His approval rating with Latino voters, let's just take one demographic, is down to 34%. And at the time he's saying, I share your values, he's saying that a whole bunch of them are going to have kids that may not be American citizens. This is directly about the control of the United States House of Representatives. 12 swing seats have a major Latino or African-American population in it. And these
So you think this could have an impact as soon as the midterms, whatever the decision is?
1,000% it's going to. I mean, you can look at the reporting, look at some of the DACA and Dreamers who are having kids now who are saying, look, I supported Trump in 2024. I never thought he'd go this far. And now I just am walking away from his party. There's 12 seats that are currently the swing seats to control the United States House of Representatives that have major Latino or African-American populations. He's literally giving away control of the House because all he cares about is his base.
Jim Messina, Kimberly Atkins Store. We will continue to talk about this. Thank you both for coming on today.